The Daily Sport, PJ Brown Construction, and Riser Performance Crews. Introducing your first fighter, standing in the blue corner, and representing the light-to-box gym, James Charnock. And his opponent, standing across the ring in the red corner, representing the Combat Company and Peter Simon, Miles Gordon Darby. This heavyweight contest will be fought over 3 2-minute rounds. Your Queensbury referee in charge of the action, Mr. Seamus Dunn.
Well, a couple of Surrey fighters here about to go head-to-head in the heavyweight division of the Queensbury Boxing League. Good support for both men ringside, so they've got their fans out in numbers tonight. Miles Gordon Darby, incidentally, an impressive winner in Season 4 when he beat Matt Hilliker on his debut. First time in front of the Queensbury cameras for James Charnock, so we'll have to see how he goes. Miles Gordon Darby in the red trunks, probably just the taller of the two, but they are both big fellas.
Yeah, James is the heavier of the two. He weighed in sort of, I think, near on 17 stone, where Gordon Darby, he weighed in 15 stone, 15 and a bit. So yeah, the weight's with James. But I think, personally, I think the boxing ability could be with Darby.
Yeah, maybe the edge on speed and stamina as well, perhaps, with Darby. Of course, that'll only become a factor if he can take the fight deep. If it's ended early by the bigger man,
yeah,
one count for naught.
Yeah, one thing I do know is James can bang a bit. He's quite tough. You can see I thought it would come in gunslinging, sort of, you know, throwing everything.
Quite
but
measured.
He is measured, yeah, and he's holding back a little bit here, and he's got fast hands for a big guy. And like I say, are solid. So let's see what it turns into.
Yeah, it's a bit more of a boxing match than sometimes the heavyweight scraps are. They can be a real sluggathon at times, but good skills on show here from both men in the opening round. Charnock trying to stay on the front foot, on the offensive.
Yeah, but for me, he's walking into that jab, you know, which is a lovely jab, isn't it, of Gordon Darby. He's really throwing that nice. Incidentally, he's just been to Tenerife on a training camp with Peter Simon and a few other fighters.
He's been to Tenerife, but no holiday.
No holiday. Yeah, it was a very very steady round, wasn't it? But you know, like I say, Miles Gordon Darby, you know, nicked that, I think, just with the work rate, didn't he?
Yeah, Gordon Darby from a mixed martial arts background, as many are before they turn their hand to the noble art of boxing.
Yeah, and I think same goes for James Charnock. He's had the MMA background as well, and so and he did. I spoke to him a little bit before this fight, and he said, "Oh, I really fancy this. You know, I know Miles from back in the day." So yeah, he's come into this quite confident.
Certainly an interesting matchup, two different styles, different skills they bring to the boxing ring. Both acquitted themselves admirably in that first round. Difficult to split. Ross perhaps just going to the red corner with Gordon Darby.
Yeah, just with them punches landed, that jab.
Jab,
you know,
it's a very nice shot. He's just flicks it out with apparent ease. Again, Charnock's just got to be careful as he comes in that he doesn't walk onto that left hand of Gordon Darby. Caught again there. Charnock just psyching himself up here in this second round. Remember, we're scheduled to go 3 2-minute rounds. Heavyweight contest. Queensbury Boxing League here at the Millennium Arena, the Cockthorne Hotel near Gatwick Airport. Who's about to take off in this contest? It's bubbling under nicely.
Yeah, I think you see it. Charnock is ready to unload, and he's just not throwing enough, is he? He's like single shots like that left hook there. It's not enough. Where's the right hand after it, and then another left hook after that?
And Miles Gordon-Darby, such a good mover that he's able to bob and weave his way out of any potential threat, at least until now.
Yeah, he's got to keep that left hand up, though. I'll tell you that much, because Charnock's right hand looks a little bit dangerous there.
Yeah, one shot might be enough.
Yeah. I know that for sure. But he is just throwing single shots, isn't he? I think he's been told in the corner, maybe just to sort of wear Gordon Darby down a little bit just by walking forwards, and don't let everything go at once, because I think he's got that body type to tire. You know, he's very, very muscular, isn't he?
He's a personal trainer, Gordon Darby, so he should be in pretty good shape. He's made his way safely through the first 2 rounds of this contest, and again it just goes on how the judges see it. Gordon Darby, for me, certainly the better stylist of the two. His punches generally getting home with perhaps a bit more frequency than Charnock's, but as Ross has been saying all along, if James Charnock just gets one of those to land flush, it could well be the key moment in the fight.
Yeah, it's a definite there, I think, because you can see, you know, he's a strong guy, and with that weight advantage as well, you know, he's definitely got that on his side. But you know, both novice boxers in the league, and you know, they can definitely do something. I'm actually quite impressed with Miles Gordon-Darby. He's patient, he's throwing his shots out nice. The jab, you know, I think a lot of people do forget about their jab, especially in the league, because it's fast action. It's, you know, 3 2-minute rounds, 4 2-minute rounds, 5 2. You know, it gets forgotten about. But he's just showing here now tonight that it really works. You shouldn't forget.
Scoring shot. So underway then, the last 2 minutes of this heavyweight contest. Miles Gordon-Darby in the red trunks, James Charnock on the front foot in the black and white boxing pants.
Yeah, it was a good little right uppercut there through the middle.
Just looking to step up the work rate a bit perhaps here, Charnock. See if he can throw a few more punches in bunches. Just group together some of those attacks.
Yeah, he's got to do that. He's got to, you know, throw more than two or three shots. There you go. Where was the right hand? There you go. That's better. And then they tie up, you know. But again, you know, Miles is I think he's got that little bit more experience, and he's able to tie him up inside.
Got to keep that head moving if his guard drops, though, as Gordon Darby. Oh, that's a good shot there from Charnock, and these heavy blows are beginning to rain in now. And Gordon Darby really having to cover up in the corner as Charnock is winding up, trying to produce the big finish, trying to open his man up. Needs a bit of room to work in. Here comes Gordon Darby. Tit for tat now between the two of them.
Fantastic shots there from James Charnock, but Miles just stayed there too long, didn't he? He
took
stayed
the punishment,
there.
But he needed to get out a little bit earlier.
5 punches too long.
Tell you what, it's got the crowd's interest, though, that. It's lit the proverbial blue touch paper ringside.
He has.
Has
he blown out now?
Backing up Charnock into his own corner for a second. They're both breathing a bit here. I think they're both quite glad of the rest there. Charnock's gloves that are dropping now, and he's caught a couple of times himself.
It's that thing when you do throw your lot to the, you know, just try. Oh, that was a good shot.
Right on the bell. What a humdinger of a final round. And, well, they've both given it everything in that round.
James done very well to come back. He actually, I think he started too late, you know, throwing them shots. He should have been out there, you know, throwing that from the halfway through the second round, and then possibly would have ended that fight. Because them two last shots there, you know, Gordon Darby looks a bit gone on his feet, didn't he?
Well, maybe a tale of a little bit too late for Charnock. We'll have to wait and see again as it goes to the judges. Gordon Darby appears to be okay in his corner. James Charnock slumped a little bit on his stool initially, clearly had thrown everything into that final 120 seconds. Nothing left in the tank at all by the time he got to the final bell, but in the end the final bell just came in time for Gordon Darby, who was under pressure in that round, but maybe the man in the red corner had just done enough in the first two to get the nod. We shall find out shortly, but a sporting little tap of the gloves between the two. And a nice embrace to follow.
Yeah, the respect's there from them both, and I think James Charnock will kick himself after when he watches this back, because, you know, if I started that little bit early, you know, I do think he would have done a bit more.
Certainly lessons to be learned for both men.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee, Mr. Seamus Dunn, would like to congratulate both boxers in a fantastic display of boxing ability tonight. And exciting 3 2-minute rounds of boxing. We go to our judges' scorecards. This bout has been declared a draw. So congratulations to James Charnock and Miles Gordon Darby.
Well, there we go. In the end, the judges could not split them, so all eyes on a potential rematch. Neither man looks too disconsolate at that. I'm sure they both would love to have emerged with a victory, but Gordon Darby still with an unblemished record, hasn't yet been beaten in the league, and not a bad start in the end for Charnock, who will perhaps just come out of the blocks a bit quicker next time.